Here's an exercise on algebraic and graphical representation of direct proportion. The statement goes that the net force needed to push a block horizontally is directly proportional to the mass of the block. We are also given that when the mass is 5 kilograms, the force needed is 49 newtons, and we're asked to solve the following 4 questions. In mathematics, when something is directly proportional to another, like in this case where f is directly proportional to m, it means that f can be expressed as m multiplied by some factor a. It basically means that as m increases or decreases, f will increase or decrease as well, at a rate determined by the factor a. Now we can work on the problems. The first one asks us to determine an equation for f and m. In other words, we need to figure out what a is. Since we already know that when m equals 5, f equals 49. So all we have to do is to replace f and m with these numbers. And we will find out that a equals 49 over 5, or 9.8 in decimal format. So the equation we get is f equals 9.8 times m. And for the second question, all we have to do is to replace m with 14 and calculate f, which equals 137.2. Question 3 is essentially the same as question 2, except that we are given f and we need to figure out m. So m simply equals 215.6 divided by 9.8, which equals a nice whole number, 22. And finally, we need to draw a graph of f against m. What f against m means is that when we create a graph with a horizontal and a vertical axis, the vertical axis will represent f, and the horizontal axis will represent m. To draw this by hand, you can first locate the point where m equals 1. You can actually use any value, but 1 is just a really simple number. And because the equation is f equals 9.8 times m, the corresponding value of f to m equals 1 is simply 9.8, because 9.8 times 1 equals 9.8. Then you can mark a dot at this location, where m equals 1 and f equals 9.8. All you have to do next is to draw a straight line starting from the origin, passing through this point. The reason we start from the origin is because when m equals 0, we also have f equals 0. So the point 0, 0 fulfills the equation of f and m. Due to restriction in space, I didn't draw this to scale, but I hope you get the idea.